Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I thought we could do a little bit of work today on the Girl Wanted book, or the library book. So I've pressed the signatures. They're sitting inside the book here. I'll show them to you. And I have modified the cover of this book and sealed it. So if you recall, if you were with me during the last video, there was like this little saying down here that was kind of, in my opinion, a little bit twee for this. It was sort of like, you know, she's beautiful on the outside, but what's inside shines through too. And like, you know, not a bad message at all. It just didn't really go with what I'm intending for this book. So I also wanted to add a little fun to it because the book is called The Girl Wanted. And I found this little snippet from the back of the library, which is the children's book I'm using, which this also came from. Glorious piles of more and more books, and I added this little manuscript type book there. So yeah, and the whole cover has been sealed now, so I'm happy with it. I got the spine made for it. I've decided on 7 signatures. So what that meant, also I've got the inside of the book I put in a new spine liner, and I've added artist quality cheesecloth here, bookbinding cloth to the inside, so we've got a nice strong book. So the signatures, so I added the Stamperia Vintage Library Kit, as well as some pages that I worked on last time. I ended up with 7 folios, which means there's 1 folio from the children's book in each of these, and the whole story was able to stay together, so it's great. Then I added some coffee and cabbage dyed papers, and I added some original pages from The Girl Wanted, which that book is from 1910. And I added a few purple pages just to kind of, you know, harken back to the cover. And then yeah, it's all come together quite nicely. I think we'll be able to do some fun storytelling. Sorry for that little snip. I had to get coffee and breakfast. So anyways, where were we? Okay, so I showed you, I put the pages together. So there's 1 of these pages in each signature, and I was showing you this when I cut off, I think. So I've just put some really pretty papers in here, and I've got all the work done to tell the story. I love this pocket. I think while I'm here, I might decide what to put in that pocket. So I have a couple things. So I finished this, this little piece of ephemera. This is from the book, so maybe I will stick it in here. Actually, it goes quite well with this this little bit of writing. And then I also have this Alyssa Edwards. This is from a card set of like drag queen cards, and so one thing that we love at libraries is drag queen story time, so I feel like that's totally a great thing to put in here. So it will go in there somewhere, but not in that pocket. A beautiful little story. So I think you probably saw all of that if you watched the last video. So let's just kind of look through. Let's give you kind of a peek at what I have in the signatures. So I left in the original, you know, signature inside the book. I thought that was so cute, so that will stay in the book. And also, what was I going to say? I forget. Never mind. Oh yeah, so I didn't end up having to, or getting a chance to kind of build like interesting, you know, more complex signatures than what I have, because I ended up having 7 folios for 7 signatures. So it was simple. It was just 1 per folio. But if I had to, like, let's just do a demonstration, okay? So let's pretend that this is another folio that, you know, it goes in here too. It's part of the book. So what I would need to do is, if this was, say, page 5, and I connected, you know, I wanted to continue telling the story. So this is page 5 and 6. So then let's say another page later, I wanted to put another page of the book. This is where page 7 would have to be. And then page, page 8 would go here, but then page 9 and 10 would be here. So if you think, I'm connecting pages 5 and 6 to pages 9 and 10, because actually that's a bad example. Let me show you on paper. Hold on. Just because I need to demonstrate this for people who are wondering, how do I do this? What are you talking about? Okay, so if we imagine, this is the folio here, okay? You've got two of the book pages, two book folios that you want to include in your journal. So let's say it's this one and this one. These are the two book folios, but then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 other pages, okay? So let's say you've got one little page, which is just maybe one of these Stamperia papers. Then you want to put a big folio from the book to continue telling the story. Then you're going to put, actually I should do this way. So little, big goes inside, then we'll do 2 more little, then another big, then a little. So big equals the book story. Little equals other pages, like coffee dyed paper, whatever. So when you're opening your signature, right? This is your first page of the story. So that needs to be page 1. Over here is page 2, side 2, really. 1 and 2 are here. But then you've got to flip through this, flip through this. Then you need this to be page 3, 4. Then you're going to flip through that. Then you're going to flip through that. This page needs to be 5, 6. Flip through 7, 8. So what you end up having to put together are pages 1, 2, 7, 8, and 3, 4, 5, 6. So that you have a telling of the story in order. So hopefully that makes sense. Here is what this looks like if it helps you to sort of, I know it's a little messy. I'm just trying to kind of give you a bit of an idea of my thought process on what I would do if I had, and I have done this in the past. I've just never really explained it. So if you try to do something like this, you'll kind of come to your own ways, right? Like you'll figure it out. But I know it looks really kind of overwhelming. It really isn't. So if we go in here, I also use some of my dyed green papers, and I have this little pocket here. Maybe we will go ahead and pop that in here. These can come out, obviously. I found this pretty fun paper that I thought was perfect. Oh yeah, this, I decided I wanted to keep it because on this side, it's just going to tip up and you'll see the light, but on this side, it's her standing on her head, and I didn't want to lose her little feet there, so that'll just be a cute little tip up kind of spot. Then, over here, and I really love this Stamperia Vintage Library collection. It's really pretty. I mean, it's just nice and kind of eclectic feeling and cool. So, and then that's an original book page, and I did end up getting Elizabeth Barrett Browning in there because it's just nice. And this is a story, a true story about Elizabeth Brown. I kept the discarded page in there. I love that. Made a pocket with this. We can go ahead and actually maybe glue it while we're fussing through this book here. I still haven't found my little pin that goes in here, and I need to. Oops. I will find it, or I will put a new one in. I only use stainless steel pins in these bottles because I don't like getting the rust. So just going to glue that to create the pocket. There we go. Okay. And then it's also good once you've done this process to go through and just read your story again. Make sure that you've got all your pages in the right spot because you can get a little, discombobulated when you're doing this. So Okay, so yeah, that's all together. And I should put my little stickies on these to label it while I'm here. So I like to use these because it just makes sure that I stay in order, that my signatures stay in order. And that's especially important for a book like this because the signatures are telling a story. Okay. Oops. 6, 7. I need to get more of these little stickers out soon. Okay, so that's those. So the other thing that I want to do in this book is a library card because, you know, we need to. So let's get the card and the pocket out because we're going to play with both of them. So these cards I have a few vintage ones I find from time to time in books, but these ones I actually bought from Amazon, and I always cut the bottom off where it has the product name because I just don't want it on there. And then I'm just going to start by inking around just to make this look a little nice and framed. I love library pockets, they're so nice. This one actually is from a book, from a vintage book, but it's in really great condition. I ended up buying just the cards, not the the rest of it. So the pocket. Let's get some of our little bits and bobs that I cut out from the Stamperia paper collection, which is Vintage Library, in case you didn't hear me say that already. So I might put the window on there. That's kind of cool. Potentially the owl would be nice too. Oh, maybe the owl. I like the owl. Then for the card itself, maybe something just a little smaller. We don't want to take up too much room because it's, you know, writing space. Okay, so let's put this little owl on here. Oh, get that out of my glue. There we go. And then these little glasses, so cute. Go. Okay, so that will go in here and be super cute. And I think what I'll do, maybe I might add a little bit of collaging to this with book page. Let's just see if there's anything in this book. Here we go. Storytelling. Is there anything about an owl? Screech owl. Let's just go over here. I just want to add like a little bit of something here. I might like try to lift these feet back up if I can. We'll see. Sorry if I'm out of camera. I just have to pick this up to get a good look at it so I don't muck it up. I always do this. I'm like, oh, I need to do something. And I should have done it already, but I didn't do it. So let's just take glue stick. I just feel like this needs a little extra something. Glue our little feet back down. I always find whenever I'm putting an animal or a person or anything, I don't want it to be like floating in space. I want it to be grounded on something. So a little bit of book page will do that for me. Just tug that little bit off the bottom. There we go. Yes, that's cute. Okay. So that will go probably in the front of the book. I like the idea of having that there. Okay, so set that aside. Now we need to start looking at what to put in this book and how we want it to go. So I think I'll focus on the first signature first. Doing that just kind of breaks the book down into kind of manageable chunks for me, and then I can start to make ephemera and feel like I have a goal in mind here. So I think this opening page I'm not going to do too much with, but I do want to put a pocket of some such over here. And I'll bring all my kind of assets that I have here from all the cutting and things that I've done so far. And I haven't really gone into my stash of books and things yet to search for stuff, because I figured I actually had quite a bit of things. Oh, and I have this. This is the little... Elizabeth Brown doesn't like to play with dolls, and she doesn't like to skate. What she does like to do is read books, lots of them, all the time. Over the years, her collection has grown to such enormous proportions that there's not even room in Elizabeth's house for Elizabeth. The way she solves the problem will warm the hearts of book lovers, young and old. So I thought I would keep that also in the library pocket at the front. It's the, you know, the what is the book about kind of little snip from the front. So let's just put that in there as well as a little journal card, sort of a bookmark even. And I could even put a little eyelet in there, but maybe I won't. I might just do that. I just think it's cute. Okay, so let's set that aside and then start to look at what we can use as pockets. So I have lots of things, and I just need to decide what I want to use here. That might be quite cute. Yeah, I like that. And I'll collage on it. I like the gold with the this color here. So let's add something bookish maybe from all these fussy cuts. I need more space. I need to move some things. Okay, let's move this. Let's move this and put that here. Okay. So I'll glue this down as my inside pocket. I have to decide which direction I want it. Maybe this way. I have this weird tendency to make pockets that go inward toward the spine when really I should put them outward so that, you know, you could put something bigger, should you so choose, in the book. But I still do it, like, and I know I'm doing it, and I still, for whatever reason, it's most comfortable to me to put a pocket that goes inward. It's almost like everything's going inside the book. There's a lot of discussion in this book about the importance of hard work. It's very strange. just looking for a quote that could be nice. Okay. Those who bring sunshine to the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. Good advice, especially for mothers, caretakers, those of us taxed with caring for others. Okay, let's put that here. Then I want that little spyglass or the feather, something that's a little tall. Maybe the spyglass would be cute there. And I kind of like the message of this book because it's sort of like, you know, Elizabeth isn't concerned with the opinions of other people on the fact that she doesn't want to date, she wants to read. The fact that she, you know, doesn't, like, she just lives her life her way, and it's no one's business but her own. And she wants to read, and that's what she does instead of following, you know, the life plan that someone else would have for her. And I love that. Also, it's completely dreamy to think of just like two women, you know, as they age, just partnering up and like living together, and reading all the time. That sounds wonderful. I saw this thing the other day about, you know, normalizing vacations where creative friends can just go away to some place like an Airbnb with like beautiful surroundings and a hot tub and like, you know, just really live it up together. Bring your crafty stuff with you, artsy stuff, and read and just relax. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I am totally available for that if anybody wants to do that. Let's go. I'm so ready. So I think what I'll focus on for now is maybe just the creation of pockets and where I want them. Maybe I'll do a little collage on here too. The girl wanted. I love this dragon. That would be really cute on there. Book of Friendly Thoughts. I just need to trim it down. I'm going to use it, I think, on there. Let's just trim a little bit so it doesn't go up so high. I'm okay if it goes on to here because, like, that's not important and it doesn't have the, what am I trying to say? The copyright date. So let's just glue that down. The dragon is from the Stamperia kit. Storybook dragon. And this kit is called Vintage Library, in case you may have missed me talking about that. I'm not going to cut out the white bit in here. I'm going to ink instead. I like the solid feel that this has. Like, I don't want to mess with that, so just add a little ink and it will not hurt a thing. Okay. So then over here we'll have the copyright date right there, 1910. And I think I do want to put some kind of a pocket or something there. Oh, I like that book label. That would be very cute. So let's use that as a pocket. Yeah, it's a good size. Then I think I will round the upper corners. Then I'm going to add a little something to it, I think. maybe a little book, and then I want some kind of bookish word there. This is the kind of thing that, like, you know, probably isn't the best for videos because I'm just kind of searching through words in a book, but that's okay. Hopefully you're doing something and not just watching me take my time. I know there's a few of you who are like, I want to see another video on what you're doing with this book, and I'm here for you. I got you. But I'm sure other people are like, oh, this is so tedious. And I love you too, and I'm sorry. The truth is that, you know, I struggle with what to share in videos sometimes because I'm like, when I really dig into a book and it gets me very, like, you know, I feel like it's very magical to me. I really get into it. But there's still a lot of, like, puttering, this kind of puttering. And making decisions on things that are, like, very probably meaningless to most people, but meaningful to me. I'm like very obsessed with weird little details. But I could tell you a little about my day while I'm looking at words. So I did take a little break while making this, and I did my work today and we went out for a bit. This morning we put together our new patio table. So that's all done. We found that one of the legs is missing that little balancer on the bottom, so we called the company and they're going to ship us one. Like, so it should be here tomorrow. Then we went out for the day. I was looking for some kind of a I don't know, a weird box to keep wood in for my smoker that's not made of plastic and really ugly. I want it to look nice in the backyard. I didn't find anything. I was kind of hoping to find kind of like a big galvanized crate or something, but I did not find such a thing. I went to the recycle center. I went to a thrift store. I found a few books. I should make a little Thrifty Thursday video. Maybe point of view. That could be cool. And I'm going to take the little verse below it. It starts with, because each rose must have its thorn. I'm going to use that for something different, because that's a great little word snippet. And my family, they're now out walking the dogs. We came home and my daughter, it's actually like cold this evening. It's like the first kind of evening where it's quite cold out. My daughter wanted to eat dinner outside at the new patio table. So we did that. And we were out like all afternoon. So I ended up just picking up food from this restaurant that's nearby called Freshie. They make really nice food, like kind of, you know, power bowl type food, like salads. I always get the market salad, almost always, but they have nice like quinoa bowls and things like that. They have wraps. They have all different kinds of nice food. And I think I've gotten one of my two children recruited to more healthy takeout. Like, you know, it's a reality, I think, for all families and most people, that when you're on the road, as we often go on a lot of road trips, that, you know, I'm sometimes very good at packing food. I am, but other times not so much. It all depends on what's going on at the time. I do try to pack a lot of picnics, but like not always, right? I'm not going to pretend to be perfect. So I think I've gotten my daughter onto more healthy options than like your traditional kind of fast food. We don't eat it a lot, but sometimes we do, and I don't know, I'm not one to digest that kind of food very well, so I try to avoid it as best I can. And I also have a distrust of lettuce at restaurants, because if you're going to get sick from something, it's going to be the lettuce usually. what to do in this center. It's a lovely page, but I feel like I want something in the center of this. I just think it would be, you know, interesting to have something, not that, but something interesting like, I don't know, like an envelope or something like that. Give me one moment. I'm going to see what I have. Okay, so I found this little yellow sack, and I think that would be fun. But I think I want to decorate it like a bit of a folio, you know, an interesting folio, so it's not just a bag. So I'm going to move this off to the side for a minute so that I can just look at this. And I'm sorry if you can hear Calamity. My kids and my husband just got home from the dog walk, and the dog is currently running back and forth like a wild dog. I'm thinking I would like to use this journal card on here somehow. Maybe even as an insert. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the other end of the bag. Sorry, did I just bump you? There we go. But I'm going to do it with pinking shears so that we get kind of that fun sack feeling on both sides of the bag. There we go. And then I'll just check in here. Yep, it's all good. So I think that would be cute inside here. It's a little journal card inside. And then over here, I want to make some pockets. What do I have? First of all, will this fit inside here? I'd like to put one of these in here if I can. Oh, and it will. That's even better. Perfect. I wonder if I could actually put two in there. Would that be too much or no? Maybe not, because I feel like one would, you know, stick out and the other one wouldn't. And they're both so nice, and I love that at the center of the book. I think that would be really cute like that. So now we know what we want to put inside. Let's work a little on the outside of this. So over here, we could make a cute little pocket. So what I'll do with this, I'm just going to pick a little spot here in the center. And I'll come up and give this an interesting shape by following the circle here. And then coming down, like so. So that will be a sweet little pocket for there with a bit of journaling space on it too. So now we'll just glue the bottom here. Plunk that on there. And I can figure out what I want to put inside the pocket later. I actually think I have the perfect thing because I got all these. There are a bunch of journal cards that came in the kit that are like the perfect size. Or not journal cards, rather tags. I don't know if I've cut them out yet. I thought I had. We'll see. I also have this, but it's too big, I think, for this. Yeah. I have this little bit here. I'm going to take these out for now so I can just kind of play with this more. So if I flip this over like this, this is from the original book, this little bit of greenery. And I wonder, what if we stitched it on there and made a pocket with that? That would be pretty cute, I think. Let me glue it on and then I'll stitch around, I think. If we even need to stitch, I may not. Yeah, that's actually really cute. It doesn't need to be stitched. Yeah, like it. So we'll glue that. That'll be a cute pocket. And over here, I'm thinking like a tuck spot would be cute. Oh, here's those little tags. Okay, and there's that little... So yeah, over here, you could put like one of these little tags. And maybe also these little glasses. I love those. They're so cute. So that covers that. Yeah, let's use this as a tuck spot. Just a small little... little bitty tuck spot. And then I want to put something kind of with a little interest and book page up here. So what I'm going to do is on this page we have a couple of kind of bookish things. My favorite picture and a paragraph. So that could work. Just want to look and see. Yeah, okay. I need to glue this page down because it has a little tear in it, and I want to use this bit that says the paragraph. So we'll tear this off and then just kind of jiggity jaggedy cut that out, and then down here where it says my favorite picture and a business letter, jiggity jaggedy cut again. And then these can go on here back to back like a tab. So they're going to get glued together like that. So we'll just glue. I probably don't need to use that glitter glue. I'll just use glue stick. Goodness, so much glue. Okay. About halfway down. And then let me clear off some of that glue. I've got way too much. There we go. And two. Let's give that a press. Rid of that gluey page. And then underneath the paragraph, I'm going to add a little key from the kit. This kind of helps to tie this whole thing together, kind of aesthetically. So we'll have a tuck spot there. Then over here, I need another little bit of something. Maybe this feather quill pen and this little stopwatch. Let's put them both there. I'm not concerned about how much of this ephemera I'm using, as I still have the little ephemera kit for this kit. Okay. Now, see what we want to put in here. So I know I said I want to put those, these in here. The bookshop one I definitely want in there on this side. So let's put that in. It's so cute. And I need something for the front, and I may not have anything yet because I haven't made a lot of ephemera. I've just made a little bit right now because I'm mostly just making and focusing on pockets at the moment. So I don't have anything for that yet. I might actually, but I'm just going to wait. I do have this that I quite love with that. I may use that because I love the gray and yellow. That's always just something I really enjoy together, is gray and yellow. But I want to put something a little bookish on it to kind of wrap it into this feeling of book. Oh, that's cute actually with the flowers. Yeah, let's put that on. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, this I think I won't put a pocket. I'll just leave it as writing space. That could be very cute. Then over here, this needs something. And I can certainly come back to it, but I'll show you. It's a tuck spot, or a pocket rather. Then over here, we've got those things in there. That's perfect. Then, do I want to use this? Let me see. I don't want it to be too much like the same. I don't know. We'll see. It may not be, because here's the thing. It's all from, you know, this kit. So the aesthetic here might actually be quite nice with that. Oh, and it is. See, like, imagine, you know, this is going to have its signature there. And you'll have that, and it will really tie it together. And it's quite nice. And if you think of the writing that will be here, I like that a lot, actually. Okay. So I'm good with that. So that part's done. Now, I need to create some more pockets. These little stairs are cute. They're coming down, right? Yeah, okay. Just thinking here. I bent that already, so I don't... What if we went like this and we cut around these stairs? Okay. And then I'll cut that on an angle. And that on an angle. And that will just give me a nice little tucky kind of area for this. And that'll be a really nice little pocket. Okay, I'm gonna cut it off at the top stair though. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I went for a really nice walk today. So we went to a city that I frequently go to, and every time that we go into this particular city, we see this place that looks like kind of a very naturey looking, like a nature preserve type place, but like we never know it's there because it's actually gated in and there's only a few places to park and there's no signage, and we had no clue what it was. So today we decided that we would like have an adventure and go and check it out. So I'm so glad that we did, because we found that, in fact, that's a pocket, that we actually did find a really nice nature place. But the weird thing is that it used to be, like, it looks like a prison, like a gigantic, 2 gigantic buildings and then a couple of outbuildings. And it sort of was, but it sort of wasn't. It was like, kind of like a workhouse. So the concept was that it was supposed to be, you know, ahead of the times, and that like it didn't just believe in punishment and incarceration. It believed in trying to help people move forward, right? So like you make a mistake and you can be forgiven, you know, you can get out of that bad situation. And so it was actually very forward facing. It opened in the 70s, I think, or no, it opened in 1912 and it closed in the 70s. And so it's just been kind of used for different things, and right now it's not being used for anything, and it's such a fascinating place, and it's got like a lake and like at least one body of water and tons of nature and all these old stone gates, and oh, it was just beautiful to walk through. So we will definitely be going back there. I'm like, oh, we've gone past it all this time. I'm thinking I want to do some kind of like a belly band on here maybe, but I want to use like maybe some fabric. I think it's because I'm looking at my spine here and just thinking like, yeah, that would be really a nice, you know, situation. But I think what I'll do is I'll probably use maybe some book spine, because hello, it's a book. So I want to do that. I'll put it on some fabric. I'm thinking maybe a light blue would be nice. So I will put that together, and that will be the next thing that I'm going to work on for this book. So I think for today, that's probably a video. I will be back. I don't know if it'll be with this book or not. It might be. But until next time, I hope you're doing well, and we'll talk again very soon. Bye for now.